I was really excited about playing the solutions game with my students because I am a trained climate communicator. So it didn't change the way I teach about climate change, but it gave solutions a really tangible, touchable appeal for them. So they were able to see solutions and so many solutions all at one time. And it also helped us focus on those solutions as opposed to the problems themselves. So what can we do to solve the problems of climate change rather than what are all the terrible effects of climate change? Of course, both of those are really important, but focusing on just the problems makes people, especially young people, feel like there's nothing they can do about it. It becomes really big, scary, depressing. It becomes a bigger problem than they're able to solve. But when we start talking about those community level solutions that really do make a big impact and are already happening, then we start to feel more hopeful that there is something we can do to make an effect on our planet and protect it for future generations. We had a big lead up to the game and they were getting more and more excited each day. When we actually got a chance to play the game, they were talking about it the whole rest of the day and the whole rest of the next week or two about it. Are we going to play the game again? Are we going to play the game again? They were just so excited. After playing the game, the students were challenged by the game itself, but also, through me, about choosing one project that they felt like was reasonable, that they could accomplish this school year. And because we started playing the game in March and we end June 4th, that was a very short time period. So I said, choose a solution from the stack that you have, handed out all the cards, that you think is something we can do here. Propose your best solution, and then we'll see the best of the best. So that's how we managed it. And they proposed some really great solutions that they thought would be feasible here. We ended up going with food waste reduction in both of my 6th grade classes because it was the number one solution, and they felt like it was something they could totally do here at school. So while community level solutions mean something different to everybody, for a 6th grader who isn't able to drive on their own and may not have big connections with their neighborhood community, they do have a lot of connections here at school. So their community is their school community. We decided to reduce food waste in our school cafeteria specifically, with the idea that if we're successful here, we can spread it to the wider community. And again, they were really excited to make this project even bigger and better after they succeeded here. So far, it's been a little bit of a challenge, which is good. It's good to overcome challenges in a classroom setting. We started with getting all of our ideas together. That took a really long time, that planning process. And then we needed administrative approval. So finally got administrative approval to do the project. And then we had to start implementing it. We had to get a food waste scale. Took a while to get that approved and get that in. And then we were able to start the project. So it was a long lead up. They're finally in it. And they're doing really well when they remember to weigh the food waste after lunch, which happens most of the time. They are 6th graders. So we're weighing the food waste. We're separating, first of all, the regular waste from food waste in the cafeteria. We had to train students to do that. And then once they were doing that really well, we are able to take that bag out, put it on the scale, and see how much it weighs. We're weighing in kilograms. And then seeing if we can reduce that number through a messaging program. So we had about 2 weeks where we were just weighing the food waste, getting a baseline data for how much we're wasting, and then developed a messaging program during that time. Then we presented our messaging program on Earth Day. It worked out really well that way. And hopefully we're seeing a reduction in the food waste. So far, I've seen probably about a 3 kilogram reduction, give or take, on average, from what we were weighing pre-messaging, which is really good so far. And we're hoping to continue that as we continue to weigh pretty much until the end of the school year. And already the students have been asking if they're going to continue this next year, and they seem very excited to continue it for next year. The school was even so inspired by the students presenting to administration their idea and why they want to do it and why it's important, that the leadership decided to bring back a garden that the school previously had and they got rid of in order to build something else. I'm a first year teacher, I don't know. And so we got the garden, and the garden is going to be built, and we're going to have little composting pods in the garden. So the game inspired the students, who then inspired the administration to make a bigger impact right here at school. So just so thankful that we're able to have the solutions game. And it really is a great learning tool for my students, even as a confident climate communicator. This really helped me in my classroom, and it helped inspire the next generation to act on behalf of our planet, which is really important.